Hey everybody, welcome to the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. I'm Chris. This is my channel. On my channel I like to drink craft beer, I like to review craft beer, and I don't like to pay a whole lot of money to do it. So most of the beers that I review on this channel come in around the $2 price range, such as the case with today's selection, slightly more than $2. I paid $2.49 for the 12-ounce can of the Honey Kolsch from Rogue Brewing, and this is a Kolsch style ale brewed with Rogue Farms Hop Yard honey. If you've never been out to Rogue Farms in Oregon, Nancy and I went there right after New Year's Eve. Actually, right after Christmas. Come to think of it, it was before New Year's. It was right after Christmas, that week between Christmas and New Year's. We went there. We had dinner. We drank. Nancy had Rogue whiskeys. I had Rogue beers. A flight. We each had a flight. We ate. It was good food. Um, we paid extra to have a seat by the window because we wanted to look out onto the water, and so we didn't pay extra, but I tipped the guy a couple extra bucks to get us a table by the window, and it turned out at dark you can't see anything. So do know that if you're going to go there and you want to look out on the water, make sure that you're there before sunset. Anyway, but it's a great place, and they do have their own farms, and they do make their own honey, and they have their own bees. So this is actually Rogue honey. Um, and if I remember correctly, I think the bees are actually trained to get the nectar from mostly from hops. So anyway, I could be wrong about that. Don't hold me to that. This beer has won 5 awards. It is 7 months old. It has a 5.2 ABV. Typically, Kolsch's come in between 4.4 and 5.2, so this is actually a little high on the alcohol scale. 26 IBUs. Normally they come in around 18 to 30 IBUs, so this is about average on the bitterness scale. It has won 5 awards, as I said. The yeast it uses is Kolsch #2. Uses alluvial hops and Rogue Farms hop yard honey. In terms of the reviewing community, 17 of my friends on Untappd have given this a cumulative score of 3.29. 41,000 of us have given it a cumulative score of 3.6. Beer Advocate has had 87 rankings, giving it a cumulative score of 3.68, which on their scale is good. 2 years ago, I tried a bottle of this at the creek when one of the distributors came through looking to get the creek to bring in new things. And I tried a bottle of it, and at that time I gave it a 3.5. So, that's a so-so ranking, quite frankly. A little bit of information the uh, about the Kolsch is if you're looking up the variety in, say, BJCP, which is Beer Judging Certification Program, you'll need to look under the heading of Pale Bitter European Beer. Um, it's believed that Kolsch was first started in Cologne, Germany, known as Köln in in the Middle Ages, and the the current version was basically created in the late 19th century, and it is a top fermented lagered ale. So there you have the long and short of it. As I said, this beer is 7 months old, 7 years old. That'd be really, really old for a beer, but it is 7 months old, and I don't see any reason to keep going blah blah blah. Let's get to drinking. I'm going to be using my Stange. As those of you who are unaware, this is the glass that you should be using for alt beers and Kolsch's. Um, and this is a 6.75 Stange. I believe this cost me like, I want to say 13 bucks. If you don't have a Stange, once again the German word for stick, uh, a Collins glass will work just as well. So you're looking for long and slender in terms of what to drink a Kolsch out of. All right, and let's see what lovely color this pours. Okay, what do we got here? Dedicated to bees. Situated just across from 40 acres of row hops, 119 colonies of bees were carefully kept and fed the honey, was uncapped, extracted, filtered, and finally infused into a refreshing Kolsch style ale. Okay, there you have it. There's the ins and outs of that. Let me show you this. Now what you're seeing is actually, for once, it truly happened. You are seeing the actual color of the beer. That doesn't happen very often, but normally the camera makes it a little bit darker. This is one of the times when it is coming through. However, what you're not seeing is just how much carbonation. And I've got to describe that as medium high, maybe even full-fledged high carbonation. There's lots and lots of bubbles coming through here. That head seems to be fairly resilient. I mean, not big and foamy, but it is holding its own. I'm gonna do a quick beard wipe, see what we come across. Well, I did smell the honey, that's for sure. In fact, that's all I smelled when I did the beard wipe. Gonna stick my schnoz in, see what I can come across. Wheat and honey. Wheat and honey. That's really what I smell. I smell the wheatiness. I smell the oats. All the factors that created a Kolsch, but the honey is really what I smell more than anything. The honey, and then on the back of that is the wheat. So, hell, let's get to drinking, shall we? Cheers. It's got that crisp cleanness that you would expect of a lagered beer. Um, Not seeing a whole lot coming through on the flavor, though. Uh, no alcohol burn. I'm going to describe that as a medium-low mouthfeel. I'm not getting a whole lot of flavor, though, guys. I'm just not tasting much of anything. Really not. Um, there's some weightiness, but I'm not tasting the honey. I'm just not tasting much of anything. As I said, I gave this beer a 3.5 about 2 years ago, and that was in a bottle. Those who watch this channel regularly know that I usually give a beer a 0.25 extra when I rank it if comes in a can. Frankly, I think this needs to needs to go down to 3.0. I'm just not getting any flavor out of this. A little bit of spikiness in the mouth. I'm actually getting more mouthfeel than I am flavor, quite honestly. Um, I'm going to give this a 3.0. I don't really think it deserves anything more than that. And even at that, it's giving it the 2.25 for it coming in a can. No, no discernible flavor here, guys. Sorry. And I apologize for my hiccups. I know that has to be annoying too. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm blown away. Not even experiencing much of any kind of flavor. I mean, I just keep drinking more of it. Because I feel I should describe the flavor to you, I mean, I'm reviewing the beer. But I'm just not coming across the flavor. It's all mouthfeel, no flavor. And I don't know. There's better beers from Rogue, and I'm going to suggest that you try other beers from Rogue because this one was really, really not exceptional. So guys, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until, sorry. And until next time, drink good beer. Don't break the bank doing it. Cheers.